Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, lighters and earth angels. This is Laura Hosfer, coming to you from the Lighters Academy Earth Angel Support Group. And we come together every Wednesday to meet together for channeled messages, meditation, and to receive your prayer request, and to come together in community here to support each other, to celebrate with each other, all that we're learning, all that we're growing, all that we're experiencing, and this wonderful, wonderful time to be alive of change and chaos at the same time. So I say that lightly with a smile. So thank you for joining me today, and I'm excited to be here with you and honored to be with you, and thank you for taking the time to be here with me or to listen to the replay later. And I did want to have an announcement of, if you haven't, you may not know that I do have a YouTube channel. And if you'd like to join me on YouTube, I would love for you to join me there, where I will be posting more videos, upcoming, more messages there than I will here on the Facebook group, to hopefully be able to reach a wider audience here, because on Facebook, this video is pretty much limited just to this group. So I would like to share and the love and share the messages to get out to as many people as possible who are meant to hear these messages. And if you're part of this tribe, thank you for being here. So today I just want to start out by talking a little bit about the March energies that are coming in. So I was just tapping into the Akashic records for the March, and tapping into, you know, the energetic flow of this month. And wow, this is going to be a very, very powerful month for us. And so looking at a little bit of the numerology, so we are already in a 3-year. So 2019, when you add the digits, come to 3, which in my mind is the Trinity. It's all about the Trinity. It's all about our coming together with the mother energies, the father energies, and integrating these energies to become the divine human, right? And and to really become that master creator in co-creation with the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and coming back into wholeness within ourselves. And when I'm talking about wholeness, I'm talking about bringing in those divine qualities of the divine mother and the divine father, which are the feminine and masculine qualities, the divine qualities, and activating those within our soul blueprint in our own unique way. And so March is very much going to be about this, this really powerful creative expression. And so we've got like a double 3 month, in the sense that we have March being a 3 month itself, plus we've got the 3-year. So we've got 2 3s, 33, or if you add the 2 3s together, that comes to a 6. And the 6 energies are a lot about building new foundations and community, and building new, you know, in the sense of bringing in new structures for community. You know, we're like in the midst of, you know, we've been in the midst of seeing the 3rd dimensional structures crumbling and continuing to come down. We're going to continue to see that. But as those are going down, or as those are disintegrating, if you will, then what's happening is that these gaps, these beautiful gaps, are opening up, if you will, in the energy, in the collective consciousness, for these new light structures to come in. And so I believe it is part of each of us have a specific role to play in all of this, in the bigger picture. We are here to birth something through us, through our own individual creative expression. There's something within us that is important to add to the beautiful, you know, artistry of what we're creating here on the new earth, on the new Gaia. Something unique, something beautiful, something that wants to be contributed, that wants to come through you and your heart. And so I believe this year we're going to get a lot more clarity and insights around, well, what is that exactly that wants to be birthed through you? And you may have been feeling the birthing pains for years, perhaps, or months of what this new creation, what this new flow is all about. I know I have for myself. And so this year is the year of focus and grounding, because when we can get really, really focused on what it is that really wants to be birthed through us, and we can get really grounded into the earth, and in particular, grounding into coming to alignment with our higher spiritual self, our I am presence, if you will. And as we begin to activate that higher divine mind of God and allow those inspired divine ideas to come flow through us, and we can then flow that down through our personal womb, which is where we birth new realities, and then we can connect it into the womb of New Earth, which is Gaia, Mother Gaia, and we can connect in with that flow. Then we have this and we can get really focused into that flow, and hold that flow and hold our intentions to become very clear, to take the necessary action steps to manifest and birth that creation into the earth. It is going to happen. You are going to give birth. So I really don't think that there's any chance of you not giving birth, really. I really don't. I feel like through my own experiences that there were times when I had doubts about whether or not something was going to birth. Perhaps I had, and doubts, don't have to be a showstopper. And that's kind of what I've learned to experience, is that even though I have maybe a doubt or two that's coming up in my human mind, from my human perspective, my spiritual perspective, my higher self and my soul are carrying a larger perspective, that carrying more energy of unconditional love and space to allow that doubt just to be there. I just allow it to be there. I don't put my energy onto it because that would make it grow and expand. What I do is I just say, okay, that's there. However, I'm going to move forward anyway, and allow it to be there, because as we all know, life is not perfect, and we're not required to be perfect in any way, and that's not really part of the equation at all. And it's just allowing enough space, allowing that love to hold those, little, glitches or nuances or whatever you want to call them, our own little, way of being, if you will. And we allow those places that have the potentials for growth to remain in our space, remain within our aura, and we just allow them to be there. And we just accept them with unconditional love. We don't push against them. We don't force them, because that's very much not the divine feminine way at all. And actually, after living so many thousands and thousands of years and centuries of being in a very masculine energy, living from more of that left brain and that logical place, where there's nothing wrong with that, but living out of balance, not really with our feminine flow. And so this is really also part of the March message, is that Divine Mother is doubling up her flow, almost, if you will, coming into this month of March to really give us this huge boost, this huge kind of upliftment into this next wave. It's almost like a building wave of energy that's going to hit like a crescendo, I think, later this month. I'm really feeling it's going to be around the equinox or somewhere around that time. And this has been building up in the collective consciousness for a while. And that with this wave, we are going to actually see a breakthrough. We're going to see a breakthrough. We're going to see a shift in consciousness, hopefully in the collective consciousness. In the collective consciousness. And this, I really feel like that this upcoming next event, if you will, if you want to call it an event, or the kind of result somewhat of this building wave of energy, is going to be in the government. So I do believe here in the United States that we may even see somewhat of a breakdown in our government in some sort of form or fashion. However, that breakdown of that is going to actually open up a gap for more light to pour in, to be rooted into into the foundation of the new earth, and it's going to actually bring a breakthrough that we need. So I'm not saying this to put anyone into fear or to get you all worried or anxious or anything like that. This is simply just reading the energy of the wave of energy that's coming in. And this is really a wave of love. It's a wave of divine creative expression. And as that makes its entrance here onto the earth, as it makes that breakthrough, then we will have more light than we've ever had before to use to create a better structure, a better, government, a better way of making sure that people are really, the government is for the people and of the people. You could say it that way, that the government is serving everyone and everyone's needs, in a sense, in a very fair way, in a very way of respect and with equality. Now, I'm not saying the government is not doing that now, in a sense. I'm just saying that I believe that things continue to evolve here on the earth. Just as we are evolving, everything evolves, and there is no judgment or criticism on our government or any government. And even though we may not agree about everything that's going on, everything is in its own spiritual evolution. And so those things have been what they are. And when we can just allow them to be, and we can continue to focus on how we can bring more light and more love into the world and into these structures, then that's going to serve everyone. It's going to, and we have that intention of serving everyone for, I like to say, their highest good and the highest good of everyone connected to me. And so that always brings the intention to the highest point of integrity of, when we set the foundation for that. So I really do believe that this month we are going to see this breakthrough, possibly a breakdown somewhat of the government. But through that, it's going to bring in more light and more positive change that will benefit more people, not, here in the United States, but also throughout the world, because we're all connected, whatever country you're in, wherever you're living, even though it may have borders, even though you may have your own government, even you may have your own currency, the truth is we're all connected and it all works together. So part of coming into the golden age of Gaia, from my understanding and my own guidance, is that it's here to raise everybody up and to ensure everybody's basic needs are even getting met, and to see this positive change in the world that has really been developing for several years. And how wonderful would that be when there's no more poverty and there's no one without food or clean water? We would all instantly feel so much better. Just instantly, we would bring in a factor of joy, I think, because we're all connected. So what can you do this month in March that would benefit you to ride this wave of energies? So what I was really getting, and I've been getting this message quite strongly for myself as well, is to stay grounded in your own truth, to ride this wave of change that's coming in by connecting in and anchoring in to your own internal core truth, to your authentic spark of light, I like to say, to your authentic Akashic records, because we all have our unique Akashic records of experiences, of lifetimes, of gifts, of our wisdom. And so we can remain connected to that, which is really our I am presence. And we can make that our foundation, which is really founded in love and unconditional love. And we can really tap into what is true for me. And we can really pull our energy back there, and we can make decisions from that place, which does include making decisions and really tapping into our intuition from our gut, from our womb. And this is for women and men. And so I think it's the underlying message here that I want to share today is that there's lots of wonderful information. There's lots of people giving advice, doing readings, reading cards, reading astrology. It's all wonderful and beautiful. I love it all. However, and it's all useful. It's all useful. However, I feel like that what I'm getting is that we need to, yes, have that information is important, and take whatever and how it serves us and resonates with us. But I feel like we're still being guided to begin to connect in with our own sovereignty, our own sovereign self. And so that's the other part of the message today, is that March is also about not just creative expression that you're getting in touch with yourself to bring through, but also enabling yourself, or not enable, but giving yourself the permission, taking with your own authority to give yourself permission to be your authentic self, to be that beautiful radiating shining light that you are in your own beautiful creative way. And so I think that we're going to continue to receive this message because actually through a channeling that I received was a lot about this. And you can hear, if you want to hear more about this channeling, I'll be sharing it with my community through my weekly email, and you can sign up for the Light Leaders community. It's free if you like to hear the full report on that. So it all gets down to that. The main message that was coming through when I looked through the channeling is that you have to become fully committed to your destiny. And so each of us, we actually hold the key to our own enlightenment. We hold the key to really unlock the old matrix system, if you will, the prison, the enslavement in the matrix. No one else can really do that for you but you. And so I know it does put the 100% accountability and responsibility on us. It doesn't mean that we can't receive support from others or receive good information to help us along the way. It simply means that we are the ones who decide when we're basically fully committed to our destiny, which means that we decide that that there's no return, that once we become committed 100% to the path of spiritual enlightenment, and we want to raise up into becoming rooted into our master creator self, fully rooted in the fifth dimension and above, there is no return to the previous world. And I think it's some deep depths of within us, in our subconscious, perhaps our unconscious, we may be feeling into that and feeling anxious, feeling fear, feeling, oh, that's just too much into the unknown, maybe feeling overwhelmed, or any of those. And what we have to remember is that, and I think sometimes we forget, that this is not the first time that we've been through an ascension process. And we have been on the ascension process for many lifetimes. But this is the time. This is the time that you want to say yes to being fully committed there 100%. And because this is the time when you're going to step up, on the podium, and you're going to receive, that gold medal. You're going to receive that recognition, that inner validation of, well done. Well done for all these beautiful journeys that you've made, and all these beautiful experiences that you have been in co-creation with Divine Mother and Divine Father. Congratulations. What a wonderful job. Let's celebrate. So, I just want to leave that message with you today, and to just really go into meditation and contemplation about that, and check in with what you're receiving. What is your truth? I want to keep encouraging you. Check in. What is your gut saying to you right now? And so I'll be writing more about this and bringing through this channel message in the newsletter. So I just want to leave you with that thought. And also, I did pull a card today because I love pulling cards, and this is from the Divine Feminine Oracle Guidebook by Megan Watterson. Love this new Divine Feminine deck. And so the card today I thought was just so spot on with this message. So pulled Dakini, the Enlightened Feminine. My gut instinct is wide beyond reason. Oops, let me pull a reason. So I trust my intuition to guide me. And here I'm not getting it. There you go. Okay, so there she is. And I thought, wow, this card is so spot on today, because we were talking about with the energies of March and the Divine Mother really doubling in those divine feminine energies coming in to free us, and to help us to step more into that sovereignty and that freedom, and to trust ourselves, to trust our own inner guidance as we move forward. And I thought, wow, this is a very powerful message today, and right on. So let me just share with you quickly. So the Dakini, who is the Dakini? She is the embodiment of the feminine wisdom that goes beyond reason or the intellect. She is translated as the sky goer. She is a tantric priestess and a female manifestation of wisdom. She is elusive, playful, and ultimately defies definition. She represents the enlightened feminine principle of non-duality that transcends gender. Okay, so we're talking about beyond gender. She contains a sharp, quick, and uncompromising energy that can feel radical, wild, and free. Love that energy. Love, love, love. And this is the energy that we need. This is the energy that the Divine Mother is bringing us. And when we can tap into that energy, you know, it gives us that extra kind of edge, or that extra kind of boost of energy of like, yeah, I can do this. I can do this. And it helps us to take that step of action forward. And so March is bringing us this this beautiful wave of energy to really help to not push us, but to uplift us, and to bring into our awareness, to bring into our energy bodies this kind of extra boost of energy to say, yeah, I'm feeling like, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to be. These are the changes I want to make that I've been having in my heart, I've been having in my mind, and I haven't felt like I could step out and do those changes. So March is going to be a lot about freedom and stepping more into your sovereignty and your own beautiful creative expression, however that is for you, and bringing and birthing forth that new, beautiful, beautiful divine expression of love that wants to come in to this new earth reality. So very exciting times. I can't wait to see and hear about what you're creating. I'd love to celebrate with you. Please feel free to post in our group here so we can celebrate with you, and share with us pictures or photos of what you're bringing in, what you're birthing. Very exciting. So before we close today, let's go ahead now. I just want to send out a moment of pause here to receive your prayers, your intentions, your requests for today. And let's just close our eyes and just breathing in and receiving those prayers, those beautiful requests, those beautiful creative intentions today to come in, knowing that you are totally, fully supported by the divine, by your higher self, your avatar I am self, knowing that you have a beautiful team of higher guides and angels and archangels, other beings of love, light, and support, your galactic family, that are all here surrounding you in this moment, that are here to help you to birth into this beautiful reality, that beautiful vision that you're holding in your heart that wants to come forth. Beautiful. And that, you know, as your prayers and intentions are now lifted up and carried by the angels up into the highest consciousness, all the way up into that divine grandmother cosmic egg from what we were all birthed, that again, we are seeing the total rebirthing, not only of the earth, of this new earth, Gaia, but our own individual creations are being rebirthed as well with her. So be it, and so it is. This or something greater. Amen, amen, amen. Woo, so I'm just sending out lots of love and blessings to you today. Thank you for joining me here. And if you've enjoyed this, please feel free to share and invite your friends and family to either the Light Leaders Academy Earth Angel Support Group or to my YouTube channel. And if you'd like to even receive more support, then I invite you to join the Light Leaders Academy. Just go to my website, www.laurahosford.com, and I'd love to have you as it even extended more in our family of light. Thank you for joining me today. Sending you lots of love and blessings until I see you again next Wednesday. Namaste.